What's going on, horror fanatics? Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host Marcus. Please be sure to shoot that like button and subscribe to the channel, as well as shoot that notification icon so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Scream 6 trailer that was announced earlier that will be released tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And I'm going to talk about what we should expect to see in the Scream 6 trailer. But before I get into it, let's hit that intro.
You are now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times! Okay, everyone, so a few hours ago, Collider.com reported that the Scream 6 trailer will be released tomorrow morning, Wednesday, at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. This lines up with what multiple sources were saying last week, that the trailer will be dropped some point this week, and now it's official that we will be getting the trailer at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Now, also keep in mind, guys, you know how this thing works. This is movies, movie trailers and all that. Sometimes the trailer would be leaked a little bit sooner than the scheduled time. So obviously I've been keeping my eyes open just in case that does happen. However, I do think it is official that we will get that trailer at 9 o'clock. Whether it does get leaked a little bit sooner, that has, remain to be seen. It would not be the first time that we have seen this. We've seen it happen to Halloween Ends, so on and so forth. So with that being said, at the top of the video, like I said, I want to talk about what we should expect from the Scream 6 trailer. What should we expect to see in this trailer? So over the last couple weeks leading up to this, the news of the Scream 6 trailer possibly being released at some point in December, I've been making up some things in my mind what I think we could see in this Scream 6 trailer. Obviously, we have gotten some leaked photos. We got the leaked photo of the scene with the bullet hole ghostface in a bodega. I do think that we will see that scene in the trailer. Obviously, that's not 100% confirmation. That's just my speculation. But I do think that they will advertise that scene in this trailer or in future trailers leading into the movie. But I do think at some point we will see that shot from the bodega in the trailer, and hopefully we get it in the one that's supposed to be released tomorrow so we can pull some more clues out of it, because obviously we didn't get to see too much in that photo other than the bullet holes in the robe that Ghostface is rocking in that photo. Another thing to look out for, and we see it too often with movies in general, doesn't matter if it's horror, action, whatever genre it is that a good portion of the movie will be in the trailer. I am not a fan of this. I've stated it many times before, but what can you do? It's just the day and age we live in. More than 25% of the movie will be in the Scream 6 trailer. So, take it for what you want. We cannot like it all we want, but it just is what it is. But I do expect to see a good portion of what this movie is supposed to be about in this trailer. Now, what really should we expect to see in Scream 6 in terms of the trailer that is releasing tomorrow? Well, I've been thinking about it a lot leading into it, and I think we could see much of the same in terms of what we saw in Scream 5. And what I mean by that is we could potentially see a main character's death being insinuated in the trailer. Breadcrumbs, if you will. Much like they did with David Arquette's character in Scream 5, Dewey Riley. In the trailer for Scream 5, they left multiple breadcrumbs that insinuated that Dewey was going to meet his demise, and as we know, he did meet his demise in Scream 5. So, me thinking about all this leading into the Scream 6 trailer, I do think it's very, very possible that we could potentially have breadcrumbs for one of these main characters' death to be revealed in the trailer. Now, which one of these characters would it be, you may ask? Well, if you've been watching this channel since I started doing these Scream videos and started doing Halloween videos as well and other horror-related content, then you know that I believe that Gale Weathers will die in Scream 6. The reason why I believe so is because she is not a radio silence character, just much like Dewey Riley, David Arquette wasn't a radio silence character. And given the way that they treated him leading into the movie, we've all heard about it. It wasn't, that ceremonious. It leads me to believe that radio silence is trying to move forward with their story, with their characters. And what more poetic way than to insinuate in the Scream 6 trailer that Gale Weathers is going to die in Scream 6, much like they did with Dewey Riley. I say that because we all noticed the link between Dewey Riley and Gale Weathers in the franchise, in the movie. Obviously, they've been together basically from the start and all that. So that's what Scream does. It parodies itself. It's very meta and all that stuff. So how poetic would it be, and how far out of the question would it be, you have to ask yourself, if we do see breadcrumbs that lead into Gale Weathers' death in Scream 6. This is something that I have been really thinking about, given how, like I said, how we seen what happened with Dewey. He was an original character. He's not a radio silence character. Courtney Cox is an original character from Wes Craven's films. She's not a radio silence character. So if radio silence wants to move forward, obviously, with their characters and their imprint and their stamp on the franchise, it would not surprise me at all to see Gale Weathers die in this movie, and it would definitely not surprise me at all if we get breadcrumbs in the trailer that lead us to believe that she is going to die in Scream 6. Another thing to look forward to in the trailer, in my opinion, is the chase scenes. We have been getting a lot of reports that the chase scenes will be ramped up in Scream 6. It will kind of mirror the chase scenes in Scream 2. That's what a lot of the rumors has been floating around, throughout this whole campaign of the movie, that the chase scenes will be reminiscent of how it used to be back in the day with Scream. And as fans, that's what we said Scream 5 lacked the most, was the chase scenes. It really, really lacked the chase scenes. So I do expect us to see a few chase scenes thrown in to the trailer. Now, the big chase scene, obviously you know where I'm going with this, is the subway chase scene. Do I think we will get an extended vision of the subway chase scene? Not necessarily. Do I think we will see something like maybe Ghostface, looking at somebody behind the train door, something like that? Maybe a nice little shot of that. I do think we can see something like that. But I do not think they're going to give too many details away in the trailer of the subway chase scene. I think they're going to kind of slow roll that until we get to the movie, so that when we get to the movie, to that subway chase scene, hopefully we can be in awe of what we're watching. Another thing to keep an eye out for in the Scream 6 trailer is, will they give us an inside look of all the gory details? Will they show a lot of the gory scenes, obviously without showing a body on who's dead, what have you? This can be done, obviously. So it is one of the more fascinating things about the Scream 6 trailer that I'm going to be waiting to see, is will we see a lot of the gory stuff that Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega was referring to? Will we see a lot of scenes that show that there's going to be a lot of blood involved, a lot of chaos, a lot of mayhem, what have you? Are these the type of scenes that we are going to see in Scream 6? I think that we will see a little bit. I don't think they're going to give away too much, and I kind of hope they don't. If this is going to be a really bloody movie, save it for the movie. But it would not surprise me if we do get some clips in this trailer that show just how violent and just how bloody this Ghostface killer is going to be, or killers I should say, is going to be in Scream 6. And last but certainly not least, another thing to look out for is, will Hayden Panettiere's character Kirby Reed be in the first trailer of Scream 6? I personally am going to say I believe that she will, given the fact, and this is the only reason why I say this, is because outside of Neve Campbell not returning to the franchise, Kirby Reed, Hayden Panettiere's return was the biggest thing talked about leading into this movie, and it still is being, one of the biggest topics talked about, is the return of Kirby Reed. So I'd like to think, especially from a marketing standpoint, that you'd want to get as much promotion, especially on this character, as much as possible. This is a big return, you know what I mean? You want to get as much hype around this character leading into the movie as much as humanly possible. especially given the fact that we never knew if the Kirby Reed character was going to be coming back in the franchise. We knew it was a possibility. Now we know it's coming to fruition. So I'd like to think, especially because Neve Campbell, though, especially because Neve Campbell is not in this movie, and it's not a knock on Melissabarrera or anybody else. Hayden Panettiere is, outside of Courtney Cox, is probably the biggest star. And you can argue Jenna Ortega, because obviously Jenna Ortega is right up there. She's on fire right now. She's in everything. But I'm talking about especially in terms of returning characters to the Scream franchise that is, obviously noticed by the Scream fan base. Like these are Scream heads. Hayden Panettiere's return is the biggest news in the Scream franchise outside of Neve Campbell not returning. So again, I would like to think that they would want to give as much promotion on her character's return as much as possible, and I do believe that we will see Kirby Reed's character show up in the trailer for Scream 6. Now, what capacity will we see it? I don't think it will be a lot. I think it will be probably like a short little quick clip. Maybe it'll show her face, something like that. I don't think it'll be much detail. I don't think they want to give too much detail away on Kirby's character and her story arc in this movie, but I do expect to at least see a glimpse of her in the trailer for sure. But okay, everyone, that is it for this video. Leave a comment below and let me know what you guys think about what do you expect to see in the Scream 6 trailer. Do you want to see the subway chase scene? Do you want to see a character's death be confirmed in the trailer like it kind of was with Dewey in Scream 5? Do you want to see them type of breadcrumbs be in the Scream 6 trailer? What do you guys want to see in the Scream 6 trailer that is going to get you guys hyped up for the movie? Leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you guys. All right, everyone. Once again, this is I Shot Him 6 Times, YouTube horror movie channel. I'm your host, Marcus. Please be sure to shoot that like button. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. As well as new viewers, subscribe to the channel and shoot that notification bell so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, and Twitter. Thank you all for watching.